Hi, everyone. This is Christine Thompson back at you. I am back. Last week was a crazy, crazy week. This week is too, but I was not able to get a show in last week. My greatest apologies. So I'm back at it. I'm excited, and I got an updated information for you, and I'm going to get right to it because I'm sure you're all very busy people, and I don't want to keep you waiting too long here. So let me screen share here, and I'm going to get you right into the PowerPoint that we got. And here we go. All right, play it from the start. So if anyone is joining me, and let's see, yeah, I got it shared there. Okay, sorry, it's a crazy day again. Okay, so if you're just joining the first time on this show, it's a week over week comparison. As I said, I missed last week, things happen. Oh, well, but I'm glad to be back. So what I do is I usually compare week over week. I'm going to compare this last week of activity on the market to 2 weeks prior when I last did this show. Okay, so getting forward here, this first graph I'm showing you is just a real big broad view of Naperville. I use Naperville as my basis. On a side note here, if you're in another market and you want to know what's going on in your market, call or text or DM me. Tell me what area you're looking at, and I'm happy to get this type of information to you, okay? But on this graph, this was 2 weeks ago. We saw that there were 73 new homes on the market. Again, as I've always said, but I never know if this is the first time you're watching. When I say 73 new homes, that's new, okay? Sometimes agents will cancel a listing and put it right back into the MLS to freshen it up and get it in front of buyers' eyes again in case that home hasn't sold already, okay? So 73 new homes, not all unique, but I bet it's pretty close to this right now. And then 85 homes went under contract. Now, this last week, we had 93 new homes, 20 more. Wow, that's great. 92 under contract, though. So as soon as they're coming on, off they go. So it's moving fast. Now, average list price, these are for detached homes in Naperville. The average list price 2 weeks ago, we were at 817, and homes in the 600 range were selling off. And now this week, average is 645, and homes in the 540 range are selling off of the market. Okay. Now, what's the market time for these homes? 2 weeks ago, it was 174, that higher price bracket, and then 109 days for that, I said 600 bracket. And now for 139 days only, we had the lower price bracket. So makes sense there. They sell off faster. And we had a lower price bracket for the homes under contract. So obviously only 85 days. So we can see that homes are still moving fairly fast. We always have outliers out there because I'm sure that sellers are starting to pick up, if you haven't already, that the market's really a hot seller's market. And sometimes the sellers get a little heady and say, well, if I hear that homes are selling 10, 20 over list, then I'm going to just put my price way up there. And then the buyers don't agree with it. So this is why I say we have outliers that do sit on the market longer, or maybe it's a real distressed home and buyers are just not up to the task. So that skews the number a little bit right there. Okay. Specific numbers behind those bar graphs. This was from 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to skip right to this week's to see that the average list price for sold homes was $489, and the average sold price was $489. And then average sold price $489. The average list price for the sold properties was $484. Are you all paying attention? $484 was the list price average. Okay, and 489 was the average list. 489 was the average list price for homes that sold. Average sold price was 484. This is only a 5K difference. And remember, there's outliers out there that are selling a bit under list because they got problems with it. You know, they're not desirable. So if that's skewing the number a bit, this is a very short stretch. I'm going to skip back. Last week, we had only a $2,000 difference. That was 2 weeks ago. just a $2,000 difference between list price and sale price. Same story with the outliers, which means homes are going over market. Okay, because look, only 46 days is the average. Geez, right? This is a seller's market. Oh my gosh. And then check this out. This is the average number of showings per listing. We usually all last year, it was around 1.2. We're like, wow, seller's market. This is leading in the seller's market, maybe 1.3. And then here, 1.71, I'm like, oh, this is really good. And check this out, 2.01, 2.42, 2.67, 3.61. The highest I've seen this year was 3.33. And now it's been exceeded by 3.61. This is historical, absolutely historical numbers I have never, ever seen before, you guys. So this is clearly the numbers are showing seller's market. This was 2 weeks ago. The market action index needle was at 41. It's just a gauge to see, is it buyer market, seller market? I never saw 41 in all of 2020, never. So 41 is high. That's high 2 weeks ago. Ticked up to 43. I don't know, call me weird, but this is really exciting. I feel like I'm at a sporting event and I'm just seeing all the crazy activity happening out there. So 43 is the market action index needle, super seller market. God, I hope you owners are watching this and paying attention. Interest rates 2 weeks ago, hovering at 3 for the 30-year fixed and hovering just under 2.9 at the FHA. Now let's see where we're at now. 3.23 for the conventional and the FHA 3.05. They have gone up. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you start putting your charts together in your spreadsheet and seeing how much just that little bit of a tick can make in your monthly mortgage and a 30-year loan, it adds up. And I have a feeling all you buyers are out there, you're paying attention to this and saying, I better lock down a contract before this keeps ticking up more, because that means less and less house to buy and harder to do the list, going over list to win from such low inventory. So stop being so picky, buyers. Who cares if there's no granite? Who cares if the walls are green? Who cares if there's shag? This money is so cheap, it'll allow you to afford to go out and get the carpet and the cans of paint, okay? So get over the HGTV, just lock down a house so you can have a locked mortgage rate at this phenomenally low rate. That's all, my 2 cents worth. That's all I'll say. And then home price forecast. I know a lot of you are thinking, yeah, the market's going to take. This is just not going to last. But CoreLogic is coming in at the lowest for their forecast of home prices, how much it's going to increase. And they said 2.9. That is a solid, healthy market right there. 10.3 by MBA. Yeah, that's probably a stretch. That's pretty, at least definitely not for Illinois. Okay. But NAR is at 6.6. We got two hovering at 6, and then a couple more in the 5, and then Fannie Mae's at 4.2. So 5.9 seems to be the average of all these forecasts. 5.9 is a good increase, but not so crazy that it's going to implode in. So investors, start hitting the sheriff auctions. That's where you're going to find your deal. Okay. There's hardly any distressed properties out there, maybe one short sale. So if you're like, I'm going to wait for all the distressed properties to hit, keep waiting, or go to the sheriff auctions. Just pull up all your cash, write a bunch of checks, and be ready to buy something at the sheriff's auction if you want a deal. And those homes you probably can't get into. All right. Otherwise, buy a property and rent it out. All right. That's a different alternative for trying to pick up an investment property. Because if you keep waiting, the prices are going to continue to climb. And for all of you that are frustrated with the frenzy and I can't get a house and this and that, I'm going to wait until that all dies down. Well, guess what? All these homes that are going over list and buyers are willing to put in extra, even if it doesn't appraise out, they will become comps, and the appraisers will have those as comps. So the home prices are going to have a new basis of where prices values are. So you're not going to, you're not going to expect to see, oh, well, the houses are going to be more affordable if I wait 6 months. No, they're not. All these homes right now, they're going to be closing and they're going to become all new comps at higher prices. So you're missing your mark. You have a better chance of going out there now and seeing what you can negotiate, and it might still be a better price than 6 months from now or the end of the year. And who knows where the rates are going, you guys? Do you really want to wait for that? I wouldn't. I wish I had to buy a house. I'd love to get that rate. Anyways, that's my show for this week. I hope you all had a good time watching. If you have any questions, obviously you can call me. You got the phone number right here on the screen with me, so I don't have to say it over and over. I hope you can read it, or just DM me on Facebook, LinkedIn. I got these videos on YouTube if you're catching me right at the end here. I'm on Twitter, Instagram. You can find me out in all these places. Just search my name. I'm with Baird and Warner. Okay. So thanks for watching. I hope to hear from you if you need anything. I'd love to be, a real estate advocate to you and provide education. So whatever you're doing in real estate, you can make sound decisions. Thanks for watching all, and I hope you're all doing great and enjoying the much more pleasant weather we are experiencing. Take care. Bye-bye.